Okay, another way that this problem can get solved is just using your calculator. You can put in negative, don't write in the minus, or don't punch in the minus sign. You can punch in negative and then the cosine button, parenthesis. You can hit, on the TI-84, you can hit second and then the caret, but most of y'all know where pi is on your calculator. Close parentheses, and then you hit enter. Now, this particular strategy comes with a warning. If your calculator happens to be in degree mode, this is what your calculator is being told to do. I want you to, you're telling your calculator to do this, I want you to take the negative of whatever the function cosine generates for the number 3.1415 ... so on and so forth degrees. Because your calculator sees pi as a number, and you should too. And if you think about what that looks like on a unit circle, well, 3 degrees is this little bitty tiny sliver, and cosine is the x value. So if that's a hypotenuse of 1, this is going to be like 0.998 something or another. And then you told it to go find the negative value, so it gave negative 0.998. Now, that is not the value that we want. I've demonstrated in the previous one, if you use radians in the unit circle, you can find that the value of this is actually 1. But I do want to coach you through using your calculator. If you will go to mode, push mode on your calculator, it says normal, float, and then below that it says radian. Tab down to, or use the down arrow until you get there, and it should be flashing on radian. Hit enter, and it should be dark at radian. If you'll push second and then mode, which is the quit feature, you're now looking directly at negative cosine of pi. It still gave you an answer of negative 0.998. Just hit the enter key one more time, and it will generate a new value. It will say that the value of that is 1. That's because what your calculator now sees is your instruction to take the negative value of cosine, but since you put it in radian mode, it is saying pi, and then to itself it's saying, okay, we're using units of radians. So that's one way that it can be done. All right, so negative cosine pi using our calculator has given us a value of 1, so that's what goes right here. And now let's do the same thing. Negative sine, then you put in the parentheses. Guys, for order of operations, I'd get real sure or be very sure you know how to put this in. And then you put in pi, and then divide by 6. So negative sine pi divided by 6. So I'm going to punch that in, and I get, closing parentheses, negative 1/2, or negative 0.5. So negative 1/2. Now you can see here, just like I did in the previous video, we're just adding these two. You can actually put this equation or this expression into your calculator. Put in negative cosine, parenthesis, pi, make sure you're in radians, close parenthesis, then you push plus, open the parenthesis just like I've got it written up here. Let me clear out that plus sign. Negative sine, and then pi divided by 6, close enough parentheses, hit enter, and it will give you a value of 1/2, which is exactly what you would have gotten if you had used the unit circle. So 2 different ways to solve the same problem.